Okay, I reloaded it. I was gonna do the other part, that part over again. With not Shepard. We're going to see Mrs. Shepard, because John's mother. That part was Shelby. I was gonna do that part over again, but I'm just afraid if I go to do it, it'll forget Norman again. Because my first playthrough, I killed Norman at that Mad Shack part. So we're just gonna keep going.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Shepard's room.
Please sign the visitor's book.
You okay?
Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor. No one ever comes to see her. With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her.
Alzheimer's is spelled funny.
It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
Thank you.
Room 19, alright. My nose itches. I got something from the vending machine? Nope. Let's go. Room 19. Let's not walk away. That's room 7. She's not the lady sitting at the end of the hallway, is she? I bet you it's this one. Yep. Alright.
Hello, Mrs. Shepard.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Shepard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here...
Oh my god.
I came to talk about your son, Mrs. Shepard.
My son? I have no son.
Yes, you do.
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son?
Oh, his twin brother.
I have no other son. I never had any children.
You just said you had a son.
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square.
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
No, lady.
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Shepard. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me, can you believe it? In 10 years, never.
Aw.
No one forgets their mother, do they?
I don't think so.
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know. They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
What the hell?
Mrs. Shepard, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
Shut. Ugh. Alright, we need to make... No, not a hummingbird, a dog. So we need to jog her memory. Starting with the origami figures. Oh shit. Hey there, Pain. Shit! Oh, he got off. It's funny when you have Let's Players for, friends on YouTube. Or on PlayStation.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs, too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it.
Really?
John loved the little dogs.
Ah, so you're an accessory.
He always
these
wanted
murders.
to call them Max. Max, Max, Max. All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max. It's funny, isn't it?
Oh, hilarious.
Did you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Shepherd.
Origami's pretty hard.
John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son. My little Johnny.
Nothing in there. About in here. Oh, a picture.
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them. Always drinking.
No.
They didn't have an easy life, you know.
Yeah, I bet. We need their name.
It'd take days, if not longer, to find the name of the family that adopted her son. Sean Mars would be dead by then.
Yeah, he would. But we did see flowers when we came by. See? They're down there. We don't need to talk to her. She's gonna tell us what we already know. That if you show her things, it'll jog her memory. However, that's an orchid. And if you recall, the origami killer smells of orchids. Yeah, that nurse will just say, yeah, if you show her things, it'll jog her memory. Blah, blah, blah. I'm a nurse. I wear scrubs. There.
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave. I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
Yeah.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him.
Oh, no.
He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
Oh, poor kid. What was
his name, Mrs. Shepherd?
Mrs. Shepherd.
What was his name?
But I loved him. If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne.
Oh.
His name. What was his name?
Come closer.
Whisper. Gasp. She doesn't know who this guy is, though. At least I hope not, unless... There's no way... Well, Ethan could be 40-something. He doesn't look it, but... She knows who it is. It can't be Ethan. Speaking of which, time for the last trial. 5 inches of rain. Let's go. What the hell? Is this hallway getting longer? It is. This is sketchy. Well, for being in standard def, this game looks pretty wow bright. And cameras, what is this place?
The last trial. The last question. Are you prepared to give your life to save your sons?
What?
There is a deadly poison in this file. It will kill you in exactly 60 minutes. If you drink it, you will get the last letters of the address. You will have enough time to save your son and say goodbye to him, but then you will die. You can drink the file or decide to leave. The choice is yours.
All right. Let's do it. Let's look at it. Looks clear. I can't remember what. There's a taste poison has. So like when you drink it, you can't tell you drank it. Like poison's sweet, I believe. He only gags, I think I mean, he wants to drink it, but then he knows what he's done. But I think poison's sweet by nature. Like, if you taste poison, it's either sweet or sour. See, that one has to be done, though. Ever noticed? 852 Theodore Roosevelt Road.
I did what I had to, Sean. Your dad's coming to save you.
Yep. He'll save you. What a caring father. This guy's awesome. Normand! How you doing? Oh, this is where we find out who the killer is, I believe. I gotta make sure to figure out which video has the spoiler, so I can either post a video about it, or I can mark the video as, you know, spoiler.
We've only got a few more hours left to save Sean Mars. There has to be a goddamn clue somewhere. It's probably staring me in the face. This kid's gonna die, and I'm going around in circles!
Come on, Norman. We can do it.
All packed up and ready to go?
What are you talking about?
The investigation's over. We know who did it. We no longer need your services anymore, Norman. So you can ride your files all the way back to Washington. I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
The investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed. Anyway, it's no concern of yours now. You're off the case. So pack up and fuck off.
Man, fuck you
Blake,
asshole.
You are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole.
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think.
Yeah, he would.
I found the origami killer. Everyone's happy. End of story. Have a nice trip back.
Can't stay away from everything. Lay down. Alright. We gotta find clues.